Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today I've just got another WWE figure, mostly, mail opening for you guys, and it's the biggest one I've had for a while. We actually have two bundles in this video, so that's nice, isn't it? And I'll tell you what, it's two pretty nice bundles. So we're going to get into this one first. This is a big ass bundle. This was 15 pieces for £15, which seems fair enough. And when you see, I mean, even one of the pieces in particular, you think it's an even better deal. So this was, this was definitely worth picking up. Again, this was an eBay bid. The other is an eBay bid as well. I paid up a little bit more for that, but I think there's some really good value in there. And I also recently got on bid a figure I've been after for about £6. And I thought about putting this mail opening off until that arrived, but I bought it a week ago and there's no sign of it actually being dispatched. So I can kind of see where that one's going again. You know, this happens entirely too often where I pick up a nice figure for a good price on bid and just mysteriously never gets sent. So this is a weird box, man. It's like a ramp. I've folded the lips over and everything, but it's like a ramp shape, and I need them lips out the way. Or do I? Should I just? I'll just do what I normally do. I'll keep the box out the way. I mean, look at, it's like an octopus. I'll just keep the box out the way. I'll stand the figures up on the table. So, first of all, oof, good start. So, £1 a piece. Remember, guys, we've got a basic cane. Always good if I didn't already have an elite cane, and if I was less of a cynic with basics in general, I would keep this in case I wanted to use bald cane in my figure fet. So this is the figure. Easily the best bald cane head mold we have, the only one that doesn't look completely stupid. And I will be keeping this, at least for the time being, because if I do come across a bald cane elite that I want, you know, we just got the SummerSlam remake. Well, it more or less is a remake, really, isn't it? We can swap that head on so it doesn't have a ridiculous head. And I think that's a good deal. SummerSlam wave was pretty good. You know, if I had more money at the time, definitely something I would have picked up. And I probably would have even ordered them in for the store if you didn't have to order 5 of each. So that's, you know, that's when considering the sealed action figure side of things isn't going so well, having 20 figures cluttering up this already clustered room. I mean, you can see the state of this already. You know, believe it or not, this is actually a more ordered version of the background, you know. I mean, we can get rid of that. That might look a bit better. Does that look a bit better? Or maybe if we get rid of that Lego too. Sort that out the way so you can't really see it. Is that better? I don't know. I've got no control over the space behind me anymore. I've got no control over the space anywhere in this room. But that's not the point of the video. Anyway, yeah, really nice figure, really nice basic. Always good to get a cane basic. They sell out at retail. They resell really well. And like I say, we can definitely use that head, being easily the best bald cane head we have. We have a Randy. Not a bad basic to have, you know. What's that phrase I always say? Not worth a lot, but it will sell. Probably end up bundling this up. Not the most exciting Randy in the world, probably not the worst one either. We've got, get the packing paper out the way. Oh, we got the Rock. It's one of them heads where you've got the classic Rock look with a modern Rock face scan, so you just look weird. But you got the red classic Rock kind of decals, etc. That's pretty cool. That's definitely, you know, that's definitely another good basic to have. Or rather, to get in to sell. We've got a Seth Rollins. Oh, I actually got this Rollins boxed in one of my Wrestle boxes back when that was a thing. It was actually a free Wrestle box. They sent me an error. I cancelled my subscription. They didn't charge me, but they sent me another month box. And I was like, do you want to send him back? And they were like, no, that's fine. So that's an old mail opening. That was pretty interesting. We got that Seth Rollins in that. And then I think I sold it to a friend. We've got a Triple H. He's only got one knee brace, but this head that's a really good Triple H head. Wait, no. I'm clouding. Steve Austin's clouding my little tiny mind, I'm guessing he's supposed to have one knee brace on. Fair enough. Fair enough, Trips. You could probably keep that. Again, not a lot of money in it, but it will sell. I mean, you can see they're not exactly the most valuable basics in the world, but they are interesting. You know, The Rock, Kane, Triple H, Randy. It's not like we're just getting pile after pile of Finn Balor or something. We got an AJ Styles. It's not as interesting. Even AJ's Elites don't really sell because there's too many of them. But nice enough decals on it, etc. Yeah, definitely bundle bait. We got a Kevin Owens. Again, you don't necessarily see basics of Kevin Owens every day. It's not really so much your everyday figure. It's not really worth much, but again, you know. What's this? Oh, Keith Lee. Bit different. I don't think this is the one that comes with the War Games set, which was my initial knee-jerk reaction. I think that one might be... it might be. I don't think it is, but it might be. I can't really remember off the top of my head which Keith that actually is. But yeah, a bit different. We've got a mandatory John Cena, but it's the, you know, JBL haircut. It's the middle-aged haircut John Cena version, so a little bit more interesting. I think this might be from the Contract Chaos playset, but it might not be. Who knows? Get that paper out of the way. We got Ricochet. Ricochet is not bad. I got one of these in a charity shop once, and I think it sold for like £9. And I can't imagine he's much worse. Just left WWE, of course. Just joined AEW actually. So there'll not only be the thinking that, you know, he's not going to get any more WWE figures, but there'll be the hype that he's just joined AEW, and it's a nice enough figure as well. We've got the short trunks. We've got a Drew McIntyre with, for my money, the worst Drew McIntyre head mold ever. I don't think he's ever done worse out of one than that, but the figure itself, you know, it's fairly interesting for Drew Mac. I like to think that they approached him one day and said, look, mate, you're going to have to start having decals or something because you are not toyetic at all. You've got no branding, you know. Oh, he's tangled up in one of the other pieces that we'll get into in a moment. We got a Matt Riddle. No idea on this, you know. I have no idea if people want Matt Riddle. Obviously, they're not going to get Matt Riddle from WWE anymore. So, honestly, no idea what the demand is like on that. I think this might be the first Matt Riddle basic I've ever gotten in. So, interesting, but no idea on that one. What is that? I mean, I'll find out what that is in a sec. Just need to put something back together slightly before we get into this. The final basic in the box is this lovely Macho Man. Nice toyetic, really bright popping pink trunks, bright yellow knee pads, you know, very appealing for a mook like me. A head scan's alright, it's Randy Savage, you know. This is the basic that came with the ring cart, which is the next piece, the ring cart. I can't remember if I counted this as two individual bits or one individual bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Must have counted it individually. The ropes are a little bit slack on it. You know, for a second I was thinking, do the ropes go outside? Because one of them was like that, but no, that doesn't look right at all. And yeah, so the ropes are a little bit slack, but it's all right. And I already have one of these, so we'll just sell those two together. I don't think you could get as much for the Macho as the Andrea. Andrea has cult pricing, but it's definitely better than just trying to sell the Randy on its own, you would have thought. Now, there's a little package here that I have no idea what it is. Oh, it's just elbow pads. Couldn't really see because it's just kind of dark in this area. Couldn't really see what it is, but it's literally just elbow pads. Spare elbow pads. I don't know if they were on the listing or whether they're just an inclusion or not. But anyway, the 15th and final piece in this is bigger than I thought it was for a start. But it's pretty good. It's it's lost a piece. Oh, it's upside down. It's upside down to begin with. I don't know, they say American cars aren't built very well. The final piece is the blue Slammobile. And this is way bigger than I thought it would be in my head, although I guess, you know, it makes sense to get a figure to fit in there. This chair is loose. This seat is loose inside it. Is that broken or are they detachable? If I can get it out. Oh, no, it's detachable. Detachable. That's good. Doesn't look like anything snapped there. Yeah, that one definitely comes out too. Windshield is intact. You know, every piece of it works. Doors open, that bumper comes off, so on and so forth. Yeah, way bigger than I thought it was going to be. Now, I would like one of these theoretically for the Fed, just in case. I've even had an idea of doing like a really silly pick Fed thing, where it's like, you know, it's like a road trip type pick Fed thing, like just a really silly like movie kind of thing, where like, I don't know, 2 people are in one car, 2 people are in another car going on a road trip kind of thing. But right now, this is way too big to be in my room, so that's getting sold. But for £1, I'm more than happy to pick that up. I'm sure we can make some decent money on that. So that is the first bundle, £15, 15 pieces. Really not to be sniffed at. Like, you know, I'm trying to be more cautious. As much as I try to spend like £1 a figure each time, I'm trying to be more cautious on what I pick up, so we don't just end up with endless piles of bulk and Jack's figures no one wants and stuff that takes forever to shift. But this is an interesting set of figures. They'll probably still shelf warm a bit, but yeah, we're gonna bundle some up. We're gonna sell some individually. We're gonna try out that Met Riddle and see how it goes, and hopefully we're gonna make some decent money on that. So this brings us to our second bundle. Now this, like I say, paid up a little bit more for this, but there's some really good stuff in this, guys, and some really good stuff that I'm gonna sell straight away, like outright sell. If I can get my scissors into this bag. There's some stuff I might keep, some stuff I will sell. Actually, you know, the thing I was thinking I might keep is getting a new figure soon, so no, I'm absolutely gonna sell that. Look, it's a bag in a bag. Got the extra protection of another plastic bag, another of the same plastic bag. Now this seller, I put something on my Instagram story the other day. This seller was hounding me to pay for the item. He was very keen. And hounding is the only word I can use. Like, I had 2 messages of him saying, and I'm pretty sure it's a template message saying, I'm ready to dispatch this item. Unfortunately, I can't until you paid for it. I had 2 of these messages before I'd had a notification saying I'd won the item. Then I had a second item, which presumably is also in here, from him. Again, got messaged again on the evening, and then in the morning I had 2 messages for each item, so 4 messages total asking me to pay for them. Now I was out when I won the item, and then I don't know, I was just doing stuff on the evening, kind of forgot about it, and then in the morning I woke up to like 4 messages about these things, and I was like, wow, you're getting 4-star communication at best. Because, I mean, stuff like that, I find that funny more than anything, but it is also annoying, you know? That's the reason why it's funny. So first of all, ew, it's gross. Oh, dear me. Oh, I need to start wearing gloves to these things. First of all, we've got got kind of mud and stickiness, kind of Triple H, Shawn Michaels, just crap stuck to him, really gooey, definite fig bath there, but the figure's not bad. Probably get like a 5 for that, although I do have quite a few classic superstars Shawns that are lingering at this stage. Next up, we have a figure that I had my eye on right from the point where I started collecting again, but I never wanted to pony up the money for him, and now I really don't know how I feel about him. It's the Brian Kendrick. He got 1 elite as the back of the jacket. You got 1 elite. It was a bit obscure. £25 was the best price I think I ever saw for it, and I just didn't like want to pay that money for someone that was like, it was more of a joke character in my Fed. He was part of a stable where they were all just supposed to be getting high all the time, and then when I've actually been filming stuff, I've decided not only am I not really that amused by the gimmick, but also, like, you know, there's just people on my roster that I don't really want to use. Brian Kendrick, I don't know how I feel about him now after all the controversy a few years ago, all that kind of stuff. I don't think necessarily he was lying when he said when he apologized. I don't think he necessarily feels that strongly about the things he was saying on camera that people were complaining about, and it was years earlier. But I don't know, there's a lot of figures to use and stuff nowadays, and it's definitely worth some money. So it might be a case where I list it and see how I feel. And quite honestly, a lot of the good figures I've been listing over the past, like this year at least, I've been taking ages to sell anyway. So probably don't need to make a decision anytime soon. However, this is in really good condition compared to the Shawn Michaels anyway. It's not sticky, it's not gross, it doesn't have crap all over it. The legs seem alright, the face still has eyebrows, so that's one up on, 75% of the wrestling figures. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's one to think about. Definitely want to think about. It's a nice figure. I do like the figure, but yeah. We also have a Kairi Sane who is not as clean. She will clean up. Not that I was expecting to fig bath these, but she will clean up pretty well. Oh god, is that cobwebs? Is that actually cobwebs stuck to her arm? I can't really tell, but I think it is. I think she's got cobwebs in her arm. I think there's a bit of like fluff and stuff in there as well. That's not good. And the cuff of her jacket is a little bit ripped up as well. But once we've got this in a fig bath, it'll be worth a fair bit of money. Of course, it's a bit of a shame that my entire point in doing this mail opening today, like I said, I have the other thing that looks like it might not be coming. But the whole point of doing this today was to get these figures listed. So if we need to wash them first, that's not so good. Now we've got a little side piece here, which is actually way bigger than I thought it was. This is huge. I'm going to leave that till last. That's non-wrestling, and it's just a weird thing that the guy also had listed. I've not got much faith for this figure now, which is a custom figure of Steven Richards. Actually, no, it's not bad. Like, again, it's not really filthy. The shirt and shorts are a little bit... Yeah, it's... So he's got muddy boots, he's got dusty boots, he's got the shirt and the shorts are a little bit dusty. And I'll be honest, this doesn't look as ridiculous as I thought it was going to. My knee-jerk reaction was to immediately sell this. Obviously, we're going to have to maybe clean it up a bit first anyway. But my knee-jerk reaction was to immediately sell this purely because of using that massive, oversized, bulbous TNA Deluxe head. Like, Stevie Richards has smaller heads than this, and I guess this one suits the BWO look a little bit more, but I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous. They don't get bigger than TNA Deluxe heads, and I'm not a big fan of having out-of-scale heads. What are these trunks under here? I think he's used like a Roddy Piper for these trunks. Oh, wow. One of the knee pads has been chewed. That's been full on eaten. Yeah, these just look like blue trunks. It could be. The only person that springs to mind is Roddy Piper. I will still probably sell this because I just don't know why I would use a BWO Stevie Richards, like only in trash fed really, if that. And he does need a bit of a clean look. He's a bit filthy on the back of that leg. It's not a terrible custom, I suppose, but the head on the listing does just make you think it's going to be ridiculous. This is the figure that I was thinking about keeping, which is a Bushwhacker. Not sure if it's Luke or Butch, but what I do know is that although these were, possibly still are, decent value figures, they are getting remade, and obviously I'll have a matching pair with the remake, which I'm probably going to order in for the store next month when they are ready to order, basically. And it's pretty cool. It's a nice little inclusion in the bundle. It's not the filthiest thing among them either, although it definitely does have some hair and stuff dangling off it. And the thing is, obviously, the market is going to drop for these guys who, were pretty expensive, pretty obscure elites. The market is obviously going to drop, but there'll still be people that want to use these for customs of like deathmatch wrestlers and stuff with the camo pants and the singlet top, etc. So yeah, it'll definitely still be worth something. I mean, everything's always still worth something. It just won't be as much as it was. And it also, might be harder to sell without the other one. We got a belt in here. Oh, dearie me, no we don't. What has happened to that? What has happened to that? That reminds me, I've actually sold one of these. One that's in decent condition. And I don't know where it is. That reminds me I need to find it. I've been through all my stock bags and everything. I can't find it. It must be here somewhere. But yeah, what has happened to that strap? Deary me. The perks of ordering from eBay. Anyway, so this was like 20 something pounds, I think. Again, we paid up, but I thought, you know, it's reasonable because we can probably expect like 20, 15 hopefully, and maybe like 15, 20 for the Brian Kendrick. I'm not too sure, and maybe like 5 for the Sean. Maybe not so much for the belt. And then we ordered this as well, just from a separate listing the guy had, just because it seemed really cheap for what it was. So it was no bids, £1 starting bid, £6 postage. It's just a humongous action figure. Hold on, let's set you up properly, dude. Turn that around. Oh, this is janky plastic. This is hard plastic, man. Set you up properly. It's a giant figure of Slash. And again, this was like £7 combined postage in the end. I can't actually remember what I paid in total for all of this. Again, it just seemed like it was too cheap to leave. Like, it felt like there must be money in this. I thought it would be an interesting thing to post. Oh, that's one of my hairs. I'll let them off that. Thought it would be an interesting thing to post on my music account as well. Thought it would be an interesting inclusion in this mail opening. It probably did cross my mind to maybe keep it, but I only have so much shelf space. I have so much stuff I already want to display. I'm not that big of a fan of Slash. There's definitely going to be some money in this as well. It's not the best in terms of cleanliness. The condition seems fine. It's not the best. It's not the cleanest thing in the world, but it's not as bad as some of the others either. So yeah, could be worse. Definitely interesting. Definitely an interesting one. Anyway, that brings us to the end of this mail opening, unless that other figure arrives before I edit and upload this video, in which case, I mean, this video isn't going out today. The Batista NW opening is going out today, the day I'm filming this. So, and then there'll have been 2 uploads in a row, so there won't necessarily be a rush to put anything out. So that might turn up, but if not, if there's nothing tacked on the end of this video, then if you enjoyed this, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought of these bundles. Check out the mail opening playlist in the end screen for more, and the rest of my channel for other wrestling figure content. And I really do appreciate you guys joining me. So thank you all for watching, and goodbye. I was just going to chuck these in the box with the others, but I'm actually going to put them back in the bag to avoid them contaminating the others. Deary me. Yeah. Another fig bath, we love it.